Welcome to the Michigan Golfer Show. Join us each week as we explore the people, the places, and the events that shape our great game.
This is Greg Johnson from Michigan Golfer, and today I'm speaking with Chris Whitten, the Executive Director of the Golf Association of Michigan. We're going to talk today about the tournament structure itself. That really is what the GAM is kind of known for, probably by the most people. It's a bit of an inclusive group of golfers it serves, but maybe it's not. There are so many tournaments and net tournaments and all that stuff. So I'll start with this. There's 30 tournaments on this huge schedule and other playing events. It really ends up being almost close to 40 different tournament kind of things you can play in. How do you guys pull that off in a short season climate? Is Michigan just crazy about golf?
Well, we are crazy about golf in a good way, but I mean, the tournament schedule wouldn't be able to happen if it wasn't for a lot of planning, a lot of people who are involved with unbelievable work ethic and heart to want to put it on the way that they do. We're lucky to have an experienced staff led by Ken Hartman, who's been doing this in Michigan a long time, gives us a lot of stability and runs great events. But his support team from staff and volunteers, the amount of days that these guys dedicate and the expertise that they bring to the course to help our tournament players is really unbelievable. So there's a big network there that makes it possible.
Excuse me, having been a golf writer that traveled around the country, I saw in other states, they only have a few tournaments or maybe just tournaments for elite players. Why so many tournaments here? What is the philosophy different in Michigan?
Well, I mean, golf's a game for everybody. If you're a plus handicap, I know that those people aspire to win the Michigan Amateur Championship. That's really prestigious. But the reality is that the vast majority of golfers are not scratch handicaps or even single digit handicaps. So we want to reach every golfer regardless of age or gender and ability. And we want to give them a chance to come in and compete, because the net championship at the GAM is the US Open for the players who play in that tournament. And we're there to make it feel that way for them. So how special is it to watch guys like Dustin Johnson and Tiger on TV and then go feel those same feelings yourself on the 18th fairway for a chance to knock it on the green and win the tournament, whether you're a junior, a senior, men, women, all the way up and down those different categories. And I tell you, the people running the events and watching get just as excited for every final round, all 31 championships for sure.
The Michigan Amateur for men this year is going to be hosted by Cascade Hills in Grand Rapids, and the Michigan Amateur for the women is going to be hosted at Saginaw Country Club, where they were just a few years ago. These tournaments seem to draw the most entrants and the most attention in our state, from the media at least, and from fans. We have people come out and watch. How does the GAM pick the sites? How do they go about deciding where these tournaments should be?
There are a lot of things that go into it. I think the first thing to think about is geography. I mean, we have members all over the state, obviously. And so we don't want the championships to feel like they're all in the same place or the same region every time. We try to move between east side, central, west side, northern part of the state on a regular basis. It's a huge commitment by these clubs to host a Michigan Am for the men or the women. It's not just a 5-day commitment. It's probably a little bit more than that. And to give up their course or their club for that amount of time in a short season is really a big undertaking that we appreciate so much. So it's got to be based on relationship, to know that the club has history with the GAM and that they come to us ready and willing to do it, excited to do it. And then the last piece is the golf course. We need the course to fit the types of players who will be coming for that championship. We want it to be challenging and identify the best player, but also be a course that's in great shape and really, really fun to play.
The Heather Golf Course, designed by Robert Trent Jones, is a classic traditional golf course. It has 10 doglegs on it, a lot of water hazards, a lot of elevated greens with deep bunkers, 60 in total, with white tour sand. Carved out of the woods with great scenery, fresh air, the Heather is the first championship golf course in northern Michigan.
Hi, I'm Jenny McCafferty for the Michigan Golfer, and we're here at lovely Boyne Highlands, the Heather Golf Course. We're here for the Golf Association of Michigan's Michigan Amateur, which is one of the highlights of the golf season here in Michigan. And with us is Chris Whitten, who's the kind of brand new executive director of the Golf Association of Michigan. How are you doing, Chris?
Yep, doing great. I'm just like all the players. We're very, very happy to be here this year.
So here you are now at Boyne Highlands at the Heather Golf Course, and I imagine you've played it.
I've played it. Probably my best memory is the State Pro-Am, playing here with my dad, and I think we were runners-up here for the 2-round tournament. This would have been when I was playing college golf, so maybe around 2000. And yeah, it was fun. I mean, I think, you know, it's easy to let my dad take it because he was playing so well at that time, but I think I kicked in a few birdies for him and helped the team.
That sounds like a really great cap to our discussion, playing golf with your dad here at the Heather.
Yeah, we've had some special rounds together. I'm probably one of the few people out there, because I know for a lot of young golfers, the first time they beat their dad is like a big milestone, and I'm not sure that's happened for me yet. But we had a good time, and you know, now that he's playing the tees a couple sets up from me, he's still beating his age, and it's awesome to watch.
Yeah, it's very cool. I played with my dad a few times, and I don't care what happened, he always won. So, Chris, a tournament like this really needs sponsors. Who are some of the ones?
Carl's Golfland's our presenting sponsor this week. That family has been so involved in amateur golf a long time, and Casey Baker's played in our championships. They make a point to support at the tournaments every year. And Boyne is one of our continuous sponsors. I mean, just to host and have us here for a whole week, house the players, we couldn't do it without support across Michigan, and they're allowing us to do it. We're grateful.
Talk specifically about what you know about Cascade Hills and Grand Rapids, and why will that be a great place for the championship?
I mean, it's easy to get to. It's right in the heart of the busyness of Grand Rapids that's growing so much. It's my hometown from just down the street, so I'm excited to go back. The course is really a strategy and precision golf course. They've made some really nice changes there in the last couple of years. If you haven't been back in 5 or 6 years, I think all the players will be very pleasantly surprised to see the product and the types of shots they'll get to hit, especially off the tee. And I think people who have played there regularly know that it's in phenomenal condition. I mean, we're not going to see better greens or better manicured conditions at almost any course throughout the season. And on top of that, the amenities, the clubhouse, the practice facility are some of the absolute best in the state. And people are just going to be kind of blown away by the whole package, I think.
Saginaw Country Club. A couple of years ago, we had the amateur there. It had big crowds. Aya Johnson won it. It was really good golf on a course that just seems to fit them perfectly. What do you think of that? And obviously that's why the tournament's there again.
I mean, it's always great to go back to a club where you've already had great championships. They're great memories and great expectations going in there. I think the field could be one of the strongest fields we've had for the women's AM. It keeps getting more and more competitive. And the closing holes there just have some drama built in. And so, you know, if the match is close and it's coming down to the last few holes, I know we're going to have a great gallery there to watch an exciting finish.
Great. Thanks, Chris. Anything else you'd like to add about the tournament golf that I guess the GAM offers?
Right. I mean, we keep thinking about new groups to reach, people who haven't played with us before. If you haven't played a GAM event, come try it this year. If you don't know where to start, call the office, and we're there to even make recommendations on events to play. And if you're retiring from golf yourself and you're ready to give back and help others, come volunteer with us, learn the rules, help us on site, and support amateur golf as a volunteer. We're always looking for people to help.
Great.